Andrew Tate tweets are so unhinged I thought it's gonna be enough to make a video. The dude just tweets whatever he thinks. Like, you might say it's just trolling or someone else is doing the tweets, but I can feel it with my stomach. It's his genuine thoughts. It's the global power of an alpha male who projects his thoughts on the world. Every time I see something, every time I see some crazy tweet by Andrew Tate, I'm like, yeah, that was a good one, like, went popular, wow, what a crazy thought. But then I visited his profile and it's actually what he does on a daily basis. I'm still not sure who the guy exactly is. Like, whatever he does for life or what he used to do, I don't really care, but I think his Twitter profile is just the biggest piece of modern art in existence. I actually have a theory that he used to troll folks, he used to just go crazy and play this crazy character for the internet, but at a certain point, he just completely lost it, and this new unhinged personality just took over like in the Split movie. It's the beast. I'm not even sure I can read his description. How could an average person who doesn't make 1 million or a day or a second, whatever he's talking about, come up with a bio like this? I just, like, guys, you have to be something else. And you probably got to be put in a psych ward a few times a year. Escape slavery. And then he's got a website. It's Cover Tate. Motherfucker is a snake. Rather deal with drones every single day forever than pay taxes. Real G. There should have been a hashtag. So this is a reference to Dubai getting hit by drones right now. The tweet makes absolutely no point. Nobody's throwing shit at Dubai right now. Why would you? It just doesn't matter what happens and just gotta protect the idea of being rich and sort of smart. So he said it's just a nice time to remind everybody there are no taxes in Dubai. It gets hit by drones, but who cares? Andrew says, no tax, no relax. I think he should be hired as a spokesperson for the United Arab Emirates. There's a city and it happened that it gets hit by drones. It just happened so, like, geographically. And he thinks the best thing to tweet about right now is, hey, there are no taxes. This is just surreal. And sometimes Andrew goes live in his bathrobe. The man does not care about fashion. I think it's pretty alpha. It's like, I approve. And when the assault started, he tweeted, Dubai is here to stay. Is he trying to cosplay the president of Ukraine? And here's another tweet with Andrew. He just smokes. It's a lifestyle. He honestly looks like a random mid-aged dude trying to look cool for a Tinder photo. And this is the way for Andrew to say GM on Twitter. You've been conditioned to mindlessly consume. Start to actually think about your life. Like, why are you consuming Andrew Tate tweets? Imagine someone reading Andrew Tate's tweets like 24/7, and then you see you've been conditioned to mindlessly consume. Start to, like, go away and start to think about your life. And they keep scrolling, they keep reading his tweets. What if Andrew Tate would play a villain in the next Far Cry? And every time there's a cutscene, he walks in and starts tweeting. He won't speak to the main character, he will just tweet and read what he tweets. Why rich people hate you? I don't know, but Andrew looks like he hates the entire world. He's like the hate generator. Not like he's trying to insult anyone, it's just that his whole energy is just about hate, and you feel personally insulted simply by looking at Andrew. Who are his fans? It just looks like a cock experience, because you're watching the dude, and who openly hates you, he hates his readers, and everybody just keeps consuming his stuff. What kind of is that? The 49th law of power. Read a lot less and do a lot more. And motherfuckers just keep reading his tweets. Like, I honestly don't know what's going on here. This is worth an insane asylum. And here's my favorite. I'm way too smart to read books, lol. Books are for dummies. OMG, did you hear about what I read? No, dipshit, I didn't. Your wife's ugly, why the are reading a book? You don't even own a jet, you're poor. KYS. The man just hardcore bullied everyone who reads books and called their wives ugly and bullied them again for not owning a jet. This is insane. This is like, how far can you bring this? How far can you escalate a certain thought, a certain concept from the point of an idea when someone has read a book? This is just beyond. He thinks on a different level. And here's another GM from Andrew where he looks like a random Turkish dude who's trying to make some pics for his Instagram to later DM random females. You're rich because you're destined to be rich. You're poor because you're destined to be poor. You can't stop a person from being what they're destined to be. At this point, I'm really lost. Like, are you supposed to become rich? Are you supposed to work out and, you know, work 24/7 to quit your 9 to 5? Or are you destined to be rich? Is Andrew Tate destined to be rich, or he used to be poor and he did all the he says it. I'm not really sure. There's supposed to be some logic, but I think only the chosen ones understand the logic of the Andrew Tate Club. Let's not call it a cult. Floyd Reese. Hey, this is the weirdest tweet of his entire profile. I don't know what happened here, but it's the only thing that sounds somewhat adequate in what Andrew Tate tweets over years. I think he just tried playing Fortnite, or he's trying to target a younger audience of like 4th graders. I was recognized and therefore unsuccessful in procuring a kebab in Istanbul, but I still love Turkey. This is actually fun because I just mentioned he looks like a random Turkish dude. Women don't love you, they love the money you give them. Stop paying the bills and see how fast love evaporates. Actually, I didn't want to argue with this one. Let's just head over to the next one because it's a big topic. Mugged. And here's a comparison of what happened when Andrew got arrested and when the prince got arrested too. I'm not sure if it's fake, but it makes it even funnier because no matter what happens, Andrew's always just Sigma mode. I'm pretty sure he doesn't actually type in the tweets. He just sits there with his finger crossed and dictates it. This is how the Andrew Tate's tweets are born. Women shouldn't get tattoos. I never thought about it from this perspective. Let's be honest, if you were not reading Andrew Tate's tweets, you would never have thought of an idea that women shouldn't get tattoos. Andrew is an artist. He puts a whole different perspective in front of us, and this is why I find it terrifying. 30 cops showed up, just a boring, normal tweet from Andrew Tate. Nothing to look at. Nobody even cared really, it's just like an average amount of likes and retweets. Your female is a time thing. That's okay. But many men achieve far less than they should, as they are busy pissing a complaining female. Don't go to IKEA this weekend. She can choose curtains alone. Go to the gym. That's a piece of advice by Andrew Tate. He's trying to pull you in. He's trying to bring you back to your alpha mode. Reject IKEA. Reject buying furniture. If you continue living exactly as you are now, what will you become? I will personally become an Andrew Tate tweets commenter, which is not the best future I can imagine, so I should probably stop here. But just one more tweet. The longer you stay single, the longer they your future wife. Find her. Quick. This is beyond insane. It's something that you would actually hear in insane asylum. There was recently a joke around Twitter that the entire platform feels like a psych ward, and this type of tweet that provokes action for you to immediately find a wife because your wife right now is getting it's just priceless. The Art of War is the most overrated bullshit book in history. Admired by LinkedIn fanatics who think war is getting a $10,000 a year pay rise and convincing their girlfriend not to cheat so often. That sort of puts you in a certain role if you're reading The Art of War. Only fight a battle if you're guaranteed to win. OMG, profound. Wow, Chinese loser. It's honestly beautiful how every time he comments on a book, or rather the book readers, he sounds like a literal bully from the middle school. Like, what a Chinese loser. What a dumb slut. And let's be honest, if he was actually getting some he would not be tweeting as much at first, and he would not be as aggressive, which makes it even more ridiculous because there's a guy tweeting about how you should be alpha and sigma and all this stuff and not go to IKEA. Like, this hate energy, it only comes from one place, you know what I'm talking about, which is simply not getting laid. And he shouts like, stop consuming my tweets, just go think about your life, don't go to IKEA, go to the gym. And people keep reading this. They keep watching the streams and stuff. This is just a madness cycle. It's the worst place on the internet, I swear. And by the way, if you care about finding great music to play, you should check out my alt rock drops. The link is right below.